Go blue, everyone. Tony Petitti says to the NCAA, no new penalties for Michigan, please. Also, NIL updates, recruiting news, and so much more. It's all coming up on Michigan Wolverines Live. And let's go. Here we go with episode 209 of Michigan Wolverines Live. My name's John Diadamo. I'm going to be your host here for the next hour and a half or so. We're live on YouTube right now. We're live on Twitch. We're live on X, but we sound good on radio too. Check us out on your commute on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, and iHeart. And if you like what you hear, leave a rating or review for us on those platforms. As you come in, hit that like button. It just takes a second. It's free. Subscribe, hit the bell, share this out with at least one friend. If everybody takes this YouTube link, shares it out with at least one other person, we're going to blow this thing up. And finally, give us a super chat. We're only highlighting, for the most part, there will be some exceptions, but for the most part, we're only highlighting super chats. So if you have a comment for us, if you have a question to ask that you want to be read on air, send us a super chat and we'll get you squared away. And I think that's about it. Let's go ahead and bring on TJ in the house. Yet again, more stuff happening before the show, and here we are again.
Yeah, dude. Excellent news for Michigan, though. We're gonna get into it. Very, like, if you guys remember our show a week ago, it's so interesting. This comes a week later. We were talking about what we needed for Michigan to, we'll get into it, but like, it's great news for NIL. It's great news for Michigan. And I can't wait to talk about it, man.
I can't either. And y'all bear with me as I test out my new cam. There's been some popular requests for me to get a new camera. I have officially done so. It's a little bright, but I'm on the lowest brightness, so we'll see what happens.
Hey, bro, it looks good, man. Looks good. I like it.
Thank you. So we already have some people. So first, I just want to highlight some of our community. So we've got lots of people, obviously, defending the Natties here. We got Marmar in the house. We got Steven in the house. John wears the meatloaf, as always, from the Bull. Doreen is here. Congratulations on a successful Sunday night show. Doreen and Minnie now have a brand new college football show Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. Check it out on the main channel. It's a great time. So lots going on, Kenji, and so on. And of course, we already have 2 super chats, TJ. So Aaron's here with the 5. So asking about the GoFundMe. So first of all, thank you for the the 5. Don't need to do that, but we appreciate it. So we're gonna, I believe TJ, you've reshared, and I'm gonna reshare the GoFundMe on X.
Yeah.
I think that's we'll get it out to the community that way.
So I reposted it, but I don't, bro. Like I told you, I don't have any messages from you. Like I have zero. I have you did tag me in one on social media. I reposted that one. I don't have any messages though. I got no DMs from you, brother. Promise you.
Yeah, I didn't see one either, but thank you, and we will definitely share to the community that way. We got to be careful of doing it on the chat, because otherwise it turns into 5 GoFundMes in the chat, and but we'll definitely share with the on social for sure. We've got the Bull. John, will Maryland have better internet? Well, I'm trying something new out tonight. There's in addition to my Ethernet cord, there's a new setting on StreamYard I'm trying out. Not to get too into the details, but we're going to give it a shot and see if this is any better. John, you look 1000% Irish right now with the light. Thank you. This is a new 4K webcam, so you can see all the freckles, I'm sure. But thank you, Bull.
John's got that 4K. I got that 1080p. So John's upped his game here. I love it though. I like it. I like the camera.
Thank you. You did ask about, is the internet going to be better in Maryland? We'll see what happens in Maryland. I hope so. But it might also be firewalls. It could be a couple of things. I'm troubleshooting it, but thank you for that and all of your contributions. So with that said, one more thing I wanted to highlight. Where is it? Where's Courtney? I'm sure she's listening in, or she will be. She's got other stuff going on too, but she comes in when she can. Oh, happy birthday, Cole. It's Cole's birthday. Best live on YouTube also. Very cool.
Yeah, happy birthday, brother, and thank you for the compliment, man.
This is the one I wanted to highlight. Jeez Louise has the troll hammer.
Okay. Okay, so actually a few things. First of all,
yeah,
her avatar.
Yeah.
Queen Jolene. Now, I am the one who posted that avatar to Twitter.
Oh, snap.
But I am not the creator of that. I want to give some the creator was our very own GT. So shout out to GT. It has spread through Michigan Nation. I've seen a lot of people use it. Yesterday I got in someone was upset with me. I posted a tweet about Uncle Larry with the NCAA, and I did grab it from somebody. Blue Crew, I think, is who I took it from. But like there's GT. Shout out GT. But he's always sending me. If you guys ever see like AI generated stuff, I typically get it from GT. He's sending me stuff all the time. But long story short, I posted this picture, and the guy goes, "Can I get a photo credit?" And I'll be honest, dude. Like, I post shit all the time that I see that I've made. I don't give a fuck. Take it, run with it. Like, it's the internet. All good, no issues. But then, it's like when people are like, "Oh, can I get photo credit?" I'm like, I do it, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, brother, it's the internet. Like, it's an open world. Now, don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean plagiarism or stealing things of that nature. But I am saying, like, when it comes to like memes and graphics, whatever, have fun with it, take it, run with it. Like, we're in the message board era, bro. Like, there's no controlling the internet, in my opinion. So run with it, have fun with it.
And there is some discussion in chat about mods and if you want to become a mod. So anyone who wants to be a mod, and this goes for the Michigan channel, this goes for any channel, this goes for the main channel. Anyone who's interested in being a mod, we are going to need more mods for the season. So basically all you got to do, post links, right? Post the Amazon link, post whatever the guest's Twitter is. And just make sure everybody's following the 3 rules. No personal attacks, no racism, sexism, politics. Don't be an enormous jerk or troll. I call it the Burks rule. So basically just make sure those 3 people are being nice to each other. Obviously any of the real hammer anytime that's needed, just hit me. I'll take care of it. But so yeah, anybody who's interested, let me know. And it does look like we have a couple of people interested. So just we'll probably mod a couple. Obviously, if you're longtime viewers, longtime supporters, that's going to take priority.
Did you say the Burks rule?
I had to slip that in. I had to slip that right in.
I was texting, and I was texting Johnny Olden or I was texting somebody else, and I saw Johnny Olden say, I was like, no shit, that's so funny, dude. I approve it.
Yeah, Michigander, swearing is fucking fine. Absolutely, because swearing has nothing to do with people treating each other bad, or anything like that. Now, if it's swearing in conjunction with one of those 3 rules, then yeah, we're gonna say stop doing that. All right, so it does look like we've got quite a few people interested. So I'm just gonna go ahead and we won't read any of these, but we'll just keep them starred, and I'll write them down at the end. All right. Cool. All right. So we got a couple in there. Awesome.
For sure, man.
Yeah, we appreciate the interest, and
thank you guys.
And we'll definitely
the only thing I'll just say is the only thing I ask of mods, and I know you kind of talk, so my bad, just a little patience and then warnings. Don't just ban people or block people.
Of course not. Of course not. Yeah. In fact, don't ban anybody. Anybody who needs ban would. Yeah, I will do that.
And then timeouts only happen after a warning. Like we have to give warnings. Don't be. If you're trigger happy, we're gonna pull that mod card, bro.
Yeah. So yeah. Ideally, we're just posting links. Ideally, it's just posting links and saying, and encouraging people to hit the like button. If someone steps out, you can delete the comment, but try to avoid timeouts, anything like that, unless absolutely necessary, because I'm watching everything too. So, all right. So here we go. Tony Petitti. So Tony Petitti, who was the mortal enemy of this channel 2 years ago. If those of you longtime viewers of the channel remember when Tony Petitti issued the punishment, which I argued was punitive, it was too soon. I argued you need to let the investigation play out. But now it's worked to our advantage, because now Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti has sent a letter to the NCAA Committee of Infractions. He was going to be there in person for the hearing, but he was having hip replacement surgery. So because he was having hip replacement surgery, he sent a letter essentially saying doesn't recommend any further punishment, because he already suspended Jim Harbaugh for the final 3 games of the 2023 season, and it didn't really matter because Michigan went undefeated and won the national championship. Yeah,
and what's funny about this incident, which, I mean, it was a big deal. Like the rivals are going to, they have tried to knock it down and say, well, every commissioner stands up for their programs when they're going up against the NCAA. But there's truth to this. But there's a very important thing that they're missing in what was revealed in the article and also the letter. And that was, and we talked about it last night in our membership only meeting, John, no new additional evidence. That is extremely important, especially if you've been watching our show for the last year, because we have updated people to the best of our ability from what we knew and what also has been passed along, from various sites. But like, the point being is, I was personally told in December there was a quiet confidence by Michigan, regarding everything, as long as there was nothing. And this is why maybe it's more important to me, because I was told, as long as there is nothing new that comes to the table. There appears to be absolutely nothing new that has come to the table. And the fact that there's been nothing new that comes to the table, it is my opinion, and I know John feels we're pretty much aligned here. We do not anticipate a hammer. We do not anticipate aggressive penalties. We do think, we've gone through it, but we do think there will be a punishments, and we do acknowledge there was advanced scouting. So for any Ohio State fans that want to run with any of our videos, because we've seen them do that recently, it's not that we don't think there was advanced scouting. It's not that we don't think that Connor Stalions was operating in a gray area. We do believe he was. We are we fully believe that it was a lone wolf operation. And Tony Petitti, to the point of this topic, has acknowledged that, look, we've already done all the punishment. There's no need to go any further with the University of Michigan because there has been nothing new brought to the table. Because here is the reality, and I believe this is going to be fully public in August, by the way. So the expectation is the verdict will come out in August. It's that they don't know exactly how Connor Stallions was fully operating. They have no idea. They cannot point to what Connor Stallions was doing to the staff in terms of communication. They went through Sharon Moore's deleted text messages, John, and they recovered them and found absolutely no evidence of him discussing signs or anything in those text messages. So the reality is there is a lack of evidence in this case, which is another reason why it will not be what many rivals want it to be, John.
Yeah, to your point about lack of evidence, if there was more evidence from credible sources, I highly doubt Tony Petitti would have written this letter. If he believed that there was more to come, if he believed that remember the primary sources for the NCAA are a pedophile and an Ohio State player, and there's some very questionable primary sources for the NCAA. So because of that, I think it's all factored in here. Tony Petitti is now defending his conference. And I think that's got to be read into this. Like Michigan is one of the biggest money makers from a brand perspective, ratings perspective. I'm sure that the president of Fox Sports has chimed in on this, being a Michigan alum, and also after he was reportedly very unhappy with the punishment in November 2023 for Jim Harbaugh to be suspended. So this is probably trying to get in good, not just with the Big Ten, but probably to get back in the good graces of Fox Sports, because that's really you got to stay in good with the people giving you $6 billion.
Yeah, I actually have a point on that, John, but I'm going to come in and come back out because apparently I'm having microphone issues. So I'll be right back. All right, John.
Okay. TJ will be right back. So yeah, it's about currying favor. And this happens all the time in business, in the real world. The people with the money get the say, and the head of Fox Sports is a Michigan alum. He was very unhappy with what happened with the punishment. So Petitti's an executive, so he's playing all games here. Make no mistake about it. But I do think, even with all that said, he essentially is saying that the three games that he suspended, that the Big Ten suspended Jim Harbaugh, was sufficient punishment. And because even without Harbaugh, Michigan won all three, went undefeated, captured the national championship. However, our prediction of what to expect with the punishment has not changed. Okay? And despite what Justin Spiro said about me, despite what Buckeyes and Schrock and all these people said about me and about Connor Stallions and everything else, do I think he was perfect? No. And I've said this. I've criticized the fact that Connor Stallions was a little overzealous, and not everything was perfect. But at the end of the day, you've got to admire his tenacity. You've got to admire that he went to West Point because he read about the most successful head coaches in history and said, I'm going to go to West Point to try to be the best future coach that I can be, right? He went there. And for a long time, he used TV. He used all 22 film. He used TV. The kind of scheme, quote unquote, there's still no evidence that it wasn't a lone wolf operation. And there's still only one case where a bylaw, in my opinion, was violated, which was the Central Michigan game, which Portnoy says, hey, it was Stallions. Stallions told me it was him. So you have the Portnoy of it all there. But when Buckeyes and Spyro come at me because I say, where's the bylaw that was broken? I'm still waiting for an answer. I'm still waiting.
Yeah, I mean, and then, the truth of the matter is, regarding this Central Michigan thing, the reality is, and we talked about this again yesterday in the Michigan, in our membership only show yesterday, but the reality was Connor Sanders was helping out a friend, not scouting for Michigan. And he was probably doing it. Now, this is an assumption, but he was probably doing it out of spite just to fucking beat Michigan State because he doesn't like them. He's like, yeah, fuck it. I got nothing to do on a Friday night. Let's go beat these clowns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Connor's wired that. Like, Connor is a fucking bro, dude. Like, he is just like, he's somebody you could have I feel confident you could have a beer with, talk some football, and have a good time with, and I know there's a lot of people there's people within the fan base who don't feel that way, and I'm aware, and I have no issue with that. Like, you have full right to feel how you want to feel about it, and like I said, the reason we support, I guess, the reason why we don't have I don't know if we support it. The reason why we don't have an issue with Connor Sands is because the lore of it. I mean, the story is hilarious. It's an FU to the rivals, and at the end of the day, he seems like a pretty fucking legit guy, bro. Like, I mean, like, I just, I appreciate his approach to things. I do think he pushed some great lines, but you know what? I promise you, a lot of your favorite people, athletes, have done the same things.
Absolutely.
I'm sure some of your favorite coaches or whatever, you know what I mean? So it's just, he happened to get caught is what happened. So, and it wasn't, if it wasn't for a private investigation firm either, who handed a file to the NCAA, that wouldn't have happened probably.
Yeah. Remember that time that Maurice Claret from Ohio State said he was paid more in college than at the United Football League? Paid more in college, and this was pre-NIL.
Way before NIL. I mean,
this was Troy
Smith,
Urban, wasn't it? Urban. What'll it take, Meyer, or maybe even
Urban Meyer, famous for saying, sitting a recruit in a room one-on-one, what would it take to get you here? And he wasn't talking about playing time. Talking about that money, bro. I mean, it's whatever though. Like, here's the thing too. I want to make this extremely clear, although I'm sure I'm going to have to say this like 1,000 more times. I am not mad at any school buying players, but it doesn't negate the fact it was illegal or in a competitive advantage. Like, I have no issue that Ohio State was playing by SEC rules. They were. Good for them though. I'm not mad at that. But to come at us and call us fucking cheaters when you guys were fucking cheating for over 20 years, that's where we have our differences, That's like, don't come at us when you guys been playing dirty for a long time.
Yeah, this was during the Tressel era, but we know that Urban Meyer said, "What'll it take?" Also,
Tressel was doing the same shit, man. It's all good.
He was getting money from boosters. It's just, it's the way of how it was.
And I think one of the best points I've ever made on air, where a realization has come to me. It's the one where, you want to know how you can tell a cheater?
How?
It's how did they perform in the NFL?
Yes.
Because Jim Harbaugh, guess what? His coaching skills transfer to the NFL. Mike McDonald, his coaching skills transfer to the NFL. Jesse Minter, his coaching skills transfer to the NFL. You know who's don't?
Urban.
Fucking let me buy a player Meyer.
Yeah. Oh, why? It's like playing Alabama every week. Wait
a minute. Is it because you don't have all the talent on the field? So let's fucking be done with that bullshit. Let's just acknowledge it for what it is and stop coming at us, because your school has been on the bullshit, bro. Like, at the end of the day. So that's how I feel about it. So I'm not mad at Connor Stallions for pushing some limits like every other college does in the universe, in America. No big deal.
Yeah. So yeah, and I encourage any Buckeye who wants to hit me up on X and share our clips and share our videos. We welcome that. We welcome debate, and anyone can call in Thursday night as well, into the call-in show every single week, to talk it out with us.
Yeah, and you know what else too, John, is some people get, I guess I'm just going to go a little tangent here. Yeah. I've had some people push back on some of the posts I've made about Queen Jolene, NIL, Uncle Larry, or the Connor Stallions stuff. But you want to know what reaffirms that it's more acceptable than not? I've had a lot of players and players' parents liking some of these tweets. You know what I mean? Like we just got to like learn to have fun, lighten up. It's not so serious. This is college football, guys. Like if people are that upset about Connor Stallions, you shouldn't be. This is going to be over very shortly. Okay. If people are upset with the idolizing of billionaires, get the fuck over it. We're just having fun. We're just having fun. Queen Jolene, Uncle Larry. It's just a good time, guys. Like, let's not take it so serious all the time. Just have some fun. You got fucking McDonald's bags and Lambos and down in Texas. Like, just roll with the punches here.
For sure. Calvin Claybron, thank you for upgrading your membership to those who stay will be champions. Calvin, that means that you'll get access to our next members only stream, and you get access now to last night. So you get to check out the recording for last night's members only stream where we talked about Tony Petitti, as well as had some chats with callers and chopped it up with AD and chopped it up with Bull, and it was a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time. We got one more, John, before the season. Dude, camp starts in 1 week. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, football is going to be happening. Now, it'll probably take a week or two before we start getting info out of Schimbecker Hall. And when I mean we, I mean as a fan base. Like, it's going to be coming from all different places. It's going to be very interesting. Now we got to be, listen, me and John have already promised we're going to take a new approach this offseason. We're going to take all leaks of info with a grain of salt and just vet it to the best of our ability. And we'll see how it goes once they kick off, August 30th or 31st for the first game of the year? Yeah, but it's the 30th. Is it? All right. Yeah, August 30th. Yep.
Yeah. New Mexico Lobos at 7:30 p.m.
I'm ready. And you know what, boys? Post game's about to be a good ass time. I promise you. I cannot wait to do some post games, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have a great time.
Oh, we're gonna have some late shows. Michigan does not play at noon like at all so far.
Oh, geez. Look out, everybody. Get your Red Bull ready.
Let's go.
Okay. GT with the 5. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe, according to the NCAA rules, that any info submitted by sources that won't be identified is inadmissible.
No, I wouldn't be surprised, though. I don't know. I do not know, GT. But I will say, I think that once the verdict is out, through FOIA, we should be able to find out who was the ones who submitted any info, right? So, I mean, we should be able to find that out, I think. And I'll tell you right now, that's gonna be interesting as hell. Who was the PI firm? What was behind it, or anything like that? Like, we'll see though. Maybe there's a way that we won't know. But I mean, if we can find out, that'd be amazing.
I mean, once everything is concluded, everyone should be able to talk about it. So people aren't talking right now because
Connor's already said that. Connor said once it's done, he'll be able to talk more freely on it, bro. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I bet he's going to go on Isaiah Hole. That's going to be fun. But yeah. So, and maybe, who knows? We'll try to reach out to his people, see if he can come on to Voice of College Football too. But yeah, no, I mean, the reality is the NCAA Committee of Infractions can do whatever they want. So, like, technically, they don't have, I don't think that they do have to reveal. I think they could just issue punishment. And it's basically a kangaroo court. They can do whatever they want. The issue is there is the risk of a lawsuit. There's a risk of a lawsuit from Connor Stallions if they give him too big a show cause, and there's the risk of a lawsuit from the University of Michigan. So they can't go. Technically they can do whatever they want, but I think they're going to try to tread carefully, which is why I don't think you're going to see postseason bans. I don't think you're going to see vacated wins. I don't think we're going to see a year suspension for anybody, except for Jim Harbaugh, who I think they're probably just going to give lifetime bans to Jim Harbaugh and a ban to Jesse Minner. They just want to feel good. None of that actually matters, but they're going to probably do that.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
All right. We got some more here. Let's see. Doug E. Fresh with the $1.99. I DM'd TJ on X an article about Trump signing an EO. Well,
executive order.
Executive order. Yeah.
I think I saw something about that. I don't know.
I did too. There was something about the NIL regulations that was being talked about.
What's your Twitter handle, bro? Let me know in the. See, like that's the thing. Like, you know, like handles on YouTube versus handles on Twitter, like they're not identical all the time. So I don't know. Dougie Fresh. I don't know. I don't know, brother. I apologize. I have a lot of messages. Let me look. I saw something about it though. I know I saw something about it.
Yeah, me too. But I don't know if it's official yet. If it's been done, I know that he's also got a UFC fight to plan on the White House grounds. So he's a little busy. You know, Scott with the 5 players need to carry maize and blue prop hammers during games because Michigan is the hammer.
I would say let's it would be the ultimate troll.
Yeah.
If at the game in November, Michigan has inflatable hammers that they give out to the fans. That'd be the funniest fucking FU, dude. I need it. We got to get that going. Like we got to start promoting that. Or we not promote it, but we got like all the fans got, but we want after the verdict comes out, let's wait till the verdict comes out. And then if it is as we think it will be, we got to get inflatable hammers for the November game in Ann Arbor, bro. We have to. And guess what? If the university doesn't want to like do giveaways, then all the fans got to buy their own. Like we got to like find like not eBay, but Amazon or whatever, and do that. Because like I don't know if anyone remembers, but the Detroit Lions had this thing with these blue face masks, and all the fans bought them up. Now we lost the game to Seattle. It didn't work out. It was a bad time. But long story short, all the fans showed up in face masks. It was pretty sick. So it'd be cool if like the fans came together and bought some inflatable hammers for the game in November.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
Hilarious.
Throw the hammer emoji in the chat. Yeah, throw hammer in the Stallions emoji.
My intent is to go to that game in November. I fully intend to be at the Ohio State game, so I will be one who will be getting one of those. We got to find them though. Let's see. Let's look at Amazon. Let's see if they got them. Start buying now. Stock up.
Absolutely. I'm going to give one more reminder. Let us know, because some people probably missed the earlier message. We are going to have some new moderators. So let us know if you're interested in being a mod. You know, which it's pretty light work. I mean, just encourage people to hit the like button. Make sure people are good to each other in chat. Because we really only have 3 rules, you know.
Let's go.
And I love this.
Oh my God, we have to do it.
I love this.
Oh my God, I need a maize and blue one. They have maize and blue.
Okay. You could get. I mean, it looks like there's kind of a yellow one and blue one.
There's a lot of options. I think all are acceptable. All are acceptable. We have got to, as a fan base, unite. In the game in November, we have to. This is hilarious. Okay, well, we're gonna start pushing that going forward. I'm gonna buy one.
All right, let's do it. GT says Buckeyes criticizing us for breaking rules is like the Saudis calling out Yemen for drilling for oil and harming our environment.
I thought that was potentially to go down a different road, but I like it, GT. I agree with you. It's these damn Buckeyes. I don't know if anyone saw my post today, but I came to a full realization what the Buckeyes actually are. And I stated they are, forgive me for the R word here, but they are retarded. They are sensitive. They are entitled. You know, that is what the Buckeye fan base is.
Absolutely. Yeah, the amount of player paying that was done pre-NIL at Ohio State, they have no room to talk about anything.
It's delusion. I don't understand how they process Like, well, actually, I do. They really believe, many, I don't want to say all, but many Buckeyes believe, John, that their program is clean and they do things the right way, and they're great just because they're great, not for any other extra resourceful reasons.
Elisha asks, where is the Bob the Builder hammer? Does Bob the Builder also have a hammer we should be looking into?
Bob the Builder, bro. Come on. Of course he's got a hammer. It's not anything special though. Oh, I got it. So
okay.
Trump, Cody K. Well, no. This is the Trump.
Oh
yeah. So I saw this. This is with essentially Donald Trump had, like, you know, that big Texas. This is what's so fucking funny about this. You know that big Texas Tech booster who's like a part of like the board there. He's working with President Trump on trying to like create an executive order that would require federal authorities to clarify whether college athletes can be considered employees of schools. The draft calls for Secretary of Labor, National Labor Relations to determine and implement the appropriate measures with respect to clarifying the status of college athletes. But I'll tell you this right now. Actually, when we get to the what does the new NIL stuff have to do, we'll talk about it more there.
ESPN and OSU is trying to turn the game into a game. Yeah, with this 12-team playoff and the Big Ten championship now no longer West versus East, you could be playing 3 times potentially.
I mean, I'm completely fine with a 12-team playoff. Do not. No more on the expansions of playoffs, please. Let's stop at 12. It's perfect. It's perfect. And then I still feel, guys, I'm going to be very honest. I feel this rivalry and this game, I don't think it's going anywhere. I just don't think the fierceness, the fire, it matters. I don't care, you know, because like what people, whenever we have this debate about the expansion of playoffs, people fail to realize seeding matters. Home field advantage matters. Like the game in November is going to affect Big Ten championship possibilities. It's going to affect home field advantage possibility or bye week possibilities. That game will matter. I promise you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I do think 16 teams is going to happen. Based on what
it's going to happen, but it sucks, dude. It's going to happen. They're already talking about 14 now, or is it 16?
16, I think, is the
it's going down
discussion.
I swear, bro, if they go any more than 16, then we as a college football community, and I mean everybody from Buckeyes to Wolverines to Spartans to fucking Texas and Oklahoma, everybody's got to be like, enough's enough, dude. Like, we're done. Don't expand anymore.
Elisha's coming for the wide receivers again. Don't let the NCAA stuff overshadow the fact that Jalen Hoffman in one spring game had more yards than Samaj Morgan and Fred Moore in the entire season. Whoo!
I mean, it might be true.
Yeah, I haven't crunched the numbers on it, but that sounds like it could be right.
It sounds plausible. All things
let us know if somebody has the stats on that. I don't have them in front of me, but Jalen Hoffman did produce very well in the spring game. Bro, I will say that.
There is no other poster than Elijah who makes us like research shit.
Yeah.
I'm constantly looking up stats. Elijah says fact check me. All right, fuck it, we're doing it. All right, let's fact check them. I'm always looking up. Elijah's always throwing these like crazy wide receiver things at us.
All right. You do that. I'll keep whipping through these here. Readings by Dom with the 5, and Dom hangs out not just here, but he's a mod over on Maze Madman. Did I not predict nothing due to Larry Ellison paying for Bryce's NIL? Money talks. 11:29 max pressure. That's right, on those Buckeyes, max pressure. Let's go. Wolverine, not so casual. Thank you for the 10. Case comes down to whether our failure to monitor charge is mitigated, standard, or aggravated. The COI folks are not football people. They are in no position to assess the impact of advanced scouting. And yet, Wolverine, not so casual. They are going to assess the impact of advanced scouting because they're going to be issuing the punishment. And then it's just a question of, Does Michigan appeal through the process? Does Michigan sue? Does Connor Stallions sue? Because Connor Stallions is lawyered up. He's got lawyers, and really, I think the punishments may impact him more than anybody else, because it doesn't matter about Harbaugh. It doesn't matter about Jesse Minter. Anybody who's in the NFL right now, they're good, basically. So really, it's Connor Stallions, and then depending on how long the Sharon Moore one is. But Connor Stallions, if he gets whacked with a 3-year show cause, that's going to impact him in college coaching.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I'm very interested to see how long is Connor Stallions show cause, because I really would love to see him back in coaching, and then maybe in like 15 years back in Michigan. You know what I mean? But I do want to give an update on the Elijah tweet.
Yes,
the Elijah super chat. So Jalen Hoffman had who had more yards, correct, John?
Yeah, yeah. Jalen Hoffman versus Fred Moore and Samaj in an entire season.
So Jalen Hoffman in one game had 154 receiving yards on 7 targets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that was more than both of them for an entire season. Now, not combined. Combined, it's 267.
Oh, yeah. Let's be careful.
But individually, Jalen Hoffman did indeed exceed Samaj Morgan and Fred Moore in total yards. Hell of a year, boys. Hey, you know what? 13-10. That's all I know.
Absolutely. Killer Panda says Tuck coming. He definitely did.
Tuck be coming, bro. Tuck be coming. Hey, B-Dub. Tuck be coming, bro. Always coming, never not coming.
Always coming, never not coming. There it is. Salty Rock, thank you for the $4.99. Do you think the weaker recruiting classes in 23 and 24 will hold us back in Bryce's first 2 years? Think we will hit the portal hard next offseason?
Okay, so the 23 class specifically is going to have an impact for sure. Mm-hmm. It's why this team is going to be in a bit of not a building year like last year, but it's not ready to compete yet at the highest level. It just won't be. They're going to be in what I would not a building year, but a learning year in terms of learning how to win. The nucleus of this year, and if the reports are, if it's possible, Andrew Babaloa becomes that left tackle.
Yeah,
and which is very possible. You have a nucleus with this young wide receiver core, this quarterback who's young, with this young offensive line, Andrew Sprague, Andrew Babaloa, with a lot of the Ty Haywoods of the world, and then the young defensive players that are coming in with these last 2 classes. Yeah, it's going to have some effect. We're not a true contender yet, I don't think, because of it.
Yeah, I think the reason we get to 10 wins is because of how the schedule is. More so than, hey, we've got like the 2023 title team level talent. We obviously don't, but I think that there's going to be, from what I understand, Chip Lindsey in some of the recent interviews has kind of said, hey, the running identity is still going to be there with the Michigan team. So my guess is I still expect more running next year than Chip might be used to calling, and passing is going to be more to keep him honest early in the season. Now, I would take the New Mexico Lobos game and sling it out, because that's the perfect opportunity against a terrible defense to put up lots of yards and just show recruits, show wide receiver potential recruits, hey, Michigan can do this. Like, there's something to be said for that. Like, there's something to be said for lighting it up against New Mexico to make a case on the recruiting trail. This is a different approach, but I will expect against Oklahoma a lot of running.
Well, I was going to say, it is my opinion, John. I think you'll see a little of it. I think you'll get a taste, a flash of it here and there. But I really think it's going to be very bland against New Mexico, because they don't want to show Oklahoma shit.
I get it.
Like, that's what because listen, you don't think, like, we all know that Oklahoma game's a big deal. It's really going to set the tone for the season. Coaching staff knows that. They've already scouted Oklahoma. Like, that's already been, it's already been scouted. and I just anticipate Michigan doing a lot of what they've done in terms of just running it down New Mexico's throat. But I do think you're going to see some, you're going to see a little bit of what this offense can do in terms of variation. I just don't think they're going to show a lot.
It's fair. And some others in the chat are agreeing with you. I just feel like if there's a game to just say, this is a new approach,
Central Michigan,
we're still going to run, but now you've got to watch out for the pass also. And you've got to watch out for Bryce's legs. And just a little bit, just to like help it's his first game starting. So building confidence is a thing, right? Building his confidence up for the larger games. Because then you've got Oklahoma, and then a couple games later is Nebraska.
So I think the game to do that is CMU. I know Daniel says the same thing here, but CMU is the one where you're like, all right, let's fucking cook these dudes and sit everybody by the third quarter. Because we have Nebraska next week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
CMU. New Mexico.
CMU. I like that. Okay.
New Mexico, let's nice and easy, find our balance a little bit, get the guys sharpened and ready.
Okay.
Oklahoma, we open the bag a little bit. CMU, feet on necks. We're breaking necks. Third quarter, let the boys sit. We got Nebraska the next week.
Absolutely. There's some people asking questions in the chat. Remember that the super chats are what's going to be on screen. So anything that isn't a super chat, we're just not going to have I still have to get through 3 more topics, and we're 46 minutes in. Nick says, new show song, Narcos, Migos, Trust Me. If he lets us, if they let us do it, and they say, Nick, do you have the hookup with their people? Because if they give us permission to do it and the song is good, then
yeah, I'm all for it. I'm all for a new opening song, boys. But it's got to be non-copyrighted.
Yeah.
And it's got to be fire too. It's got to be fire, and it's got to be non-copyrighted.
Yeah. Aaron Burke asked, did Ryan Day or any of the Ohio State players talk about Michigan at Big Ten Media Days? So we are going to get to Big Ten Media Days. But Ryan Day, third base, was asked about the Jeremiah Smith quote. And he just responded, Jeremiah Smith doesn't like losing. He's a competitor. He doesn't like losing a single game. So that was discussed, the Jeremiah Smith quote. Elisha, we are going to talk about Anthony Davis. Very underrated, very athletic. Thank you, Elisha, for that.
Commitment is coming up. We will talk about that in the recruiting updates.
Readings by Dom, encouraging everybody to hit that like button because there's a lot of people watching. Let's get those likes up and bring more people in to hear all about what's happening with Michigan recruiting and everything else. So thank you, Dom. The Bull says, like the video, best damn Michigan show. Thank you, Bull. Means a lot. And I know you got to wait a couple of minutes for Meatloaf, but I appreciate that you wait for the Meatloaf because we try to bring grade A Meatloaf to this show. No pause needed. Cody, member for 6 months. I got to say, I used to watch other shows and can say I wasn't nearly as informed as I am now because of you guys. Thank you guys so much. Go Blue. That's Cody Momfer, who's been a member, and I've seen him be a member. He's definitely been around for a while. So thank you for that.
I mean, thanks a lot, man. I mean, honestly, that's the goal. Like, cause we know we've talked, me and John, we've talked about this, like, you guys are fucking busy. Like, I'm busy. John's busy. I'm busy. Like, we're all busy. Right. So we're trying to give you as much information and different perspectives of that information that you may possibly not get somewhere else occasionally, like, because potentially some people might be afraid to say certain things. We try to just keep it very transparent that we possibly can from our, at least from our own knowledge bases. And if we can do that, then we've done our jobs, because a lot of you are working 9 to 5s, have kids, have bosses on your ass. You can't, you got the companies watching what you're doing on the lab. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, hopefully we can help you out on your commutes or when you're trying to chill at night. So I'm glad we could be there for you.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Cody. We also appreciate Luke Spalding. I don't know if I've seen this name yet. So thank you for becoming a Those Who Stay Will Be Champions member.
Yeah, welcome to the community, man. Welcome to the community. We're in for a big year, man. So hey, for anyone who wants to become a member, it's $4.99. Or well, we have 3 levels. One is $2.99, $4.99, $9.99. We are in for a big season, boys. Let's do it. Let's build this community. Last season, at our peak, we hit over 250 members. I am hoping to exceed that this year. Currently, we are just under 200 members going into the year. So hopefully we can surpass that 250 mark. That's my goal for the year. And then we also talked about this on the members only show yesterday. And this was B-Dub's idea, but me and John have been talking about this for a few weeks now. The Kenneth Grant tracker will be returning. The Kenneth Grant tracker will be returning, and we got some targets. We got some new targets. So be on the lookout. We will reveal when that will be, but be on the lookout.
Absolutely. Cannot wait for the Kenneth Grant tracker to come back. Scott Doherty's back with the 5. The inflatable hammer is a great NIL item for players to create, promote, and sell. Yeah, I mean, think of the NIL possibilities with this stuff for sure.
Champion Circle needs to get on this.
Yeah, man.
They need to get an inflatable hammer with Champion Circle or the Champion Circle logo on it and make it be NIL benefit. That'd be fucking hilarious. That'd be so dude, they'd sell 100,000 every game. Make them $5. Let's go. 100% of proceeds go to, or fine, whatever, cover the cost. 90% of the profit goes to NIL.
This feels like it's going to be one of those.
I'd buy 5 and hand them to my neighbors.
It's brilliant. You know, TJ, this seems like it's going to be one of those 2-hour shows because we have more super chats here. Thank you to Courtney Harper for the $5. Courtney Harper has contributed. I remember since last season's post game. So thank you for coming back. Work on short to medium passing game against New Mexico. I'm going to the OU already. Got my tickets. That game's going to be a banger.
So
night game in Norman.
Yeah. So for those familiar with U of M updates 247. He's also going to that game. I've actually been talking to him. Big Twitter page on social media. My goal is to get him on either the Tuesday or Thursday show. We'll see how his schedule works. But yeah, man, he's going to that game also. That's one that. All right. So I wish I was going to that game. I'm not. But John, you gave me an excellent idea, and maybe we should go together. We should think about that Texas game in 2 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna put that one on the schedule. You know, that one's gonna be epic. So we'll be on the lookout for that. Maybe we'll plan, and maybe if a bunch of the community want to go, also we could all get a bunch of tickets or something. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, maybe you do some cross content with Matt Miller.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Well, the problem is Matt Miller lives in Ohio, though. He don't live in Texas. I don't know if he'll be at the game. But yeah, we'll figure it. Well, we could still do it. We could do it from you, right? Because it's remote, right? We'll figure it out.
Absolutely.
All right. All right, fuck it, Matt. You're in. We're doing it.
Let's go.
The plan is that Texas game. I think we're gonna make that happen. I'm like 70% sure right now. So
Michigander 1212 member for 4 months. Thoughts on my Joel Klatt question. What was your Joel Klatt question?
Let us know, Michigander, because I don't know what the Joel Klatt question was. Is it the stock report? To be honest, we should have made that a topic. All right, Matt Miller's going with us, by the way, just confirmed.
Oh, very cool.
We're all going.
That's it. Here it is. What are your thoughts on Joel Klatt saying that due to Notre Dame not playing in a championship game, they play in a play-in game against the highest ranked team that sits outside the playoffs?
I like that.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's very fair because Notre Dame doesn't play it. They get to sit at home on championship week. So I agree. There should be something that kind of gets them in, that they would be considered, against the highest ranked team. I mean, that sounds fair to me.
Hell yeah. And CJ Mike, we're meeting up. Don't worry, brother. We're going. We got some time to plan that one, so don't worry.
Yeah.
When did tickets go on sale? We should probably get those early.
Yeah. And look, Joel Klatt, I think overall he has good takes. I've disagreed with some of them related to Michigan, and but for the most part, I think he's got some solid takes. He's certainly more level-headed than Gus when he was having a certain reaction to Jack Sawyer getting that interception. Sounded very interesting.
Joel Klatt, and it's possible I'm forgetting somebody, but Joel Klatt and Josh Pate are probably my two favorite minds when it comes to college football. I just appreciate the way they look at things and break it down and articulate their positions. So those are my top two. It's possible there's someone else I'm not thinking of, but those are my top two.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. P Money. I wanted to ask with the $4.99. I wanted to ask, is there anything that concerns you about Michigan this season? Also, do you think that any of our recruits will flip before signing day? So, what concerns me, obviously, is what I've been saying for 2 years, wide receiver. And also that we don't have the O-line kind of fully set. Other than that, maybe linebacker could be.
So offensive line for me, wide receiver.
What happens with Ron Moore also?
And all right, another small area of concern would be tight end. No one has stepped up yet. Doesn't mean nobody will, but we don't know who that guy is. Is it Marlon Klein? Is it who's the other guy? Hogan Hansen, I think's the other one, right?
Yeah. Hogan Hansen's out. So it's probably going to be Zach Marshall as tight end.
What do you mean he's out?
Hogan Hansen's dealing with an injury, I believe. Yeah.
Oh no! Wait, what's the sorry? All right, my concern level just went up. What's his injury?
I just remember reading that somewhere. Hold on.
Because if Hogan Hansen's hurt, then Marlon Klein better figure it that foul. Brady pre-scoring, or Zach Marshall better figure it the F out.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And so we'll compile some more. We'll compile some more info on it before we
wide receiver, tight end, and offensive line are a concern for TJ. Everything else, I feel really good, especially kicker.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
The other part of his question was, what
recruit
are we concerned about flipping? The player at this time who I think it would be Malachi Lee. And the reason why it's Malachi Lee is not because there's buzz he's going to flip any, it's nothing like that. It's simply that the buzz is Texas is going to aggressively pursue Malachi Lee, and National Signing Day is a long ways away. That's why I would say that. Other than that, all the other players appear to be very locked in. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see. Anything can happen, I suppose. But Malachi Lee is the one I would say right now. But hopefully we're good there. There's no reason to be concerned. It's just that it's very known that Texas is going to continue to push aggressively.
If you have a business, a product, a service, a personal brand, go ahead and partner with Voice of College Football at sponsorship@vocfb.com. Let us know what you're looking for, your goals, and we'll tell you how a sponsorship at Voice of College Football, Michigan channel, or otherwise can benefit you. And don't forget to check out our new Voice of College Football website at vocfb.com for all the latest content and schedule for the entire network every single day, which you can find on the site. So with that said, let's go to a new topic. So after rumors of some lawsuits already bubbling up because of some of the new rules on the College Sports Commission, apparently there has been a deal reached with conferences in the NCAA to alter the College Sports Commission. And so, TJ, I know you were bringing this up.
Yeah. So I'm gonna share my Twitter here. So what has happened here? We'll go here first. So the House attorneys have reached a deal with the power conferences, NCAA officials that will alter the College Football Sports Commission relating to how NIL collectives can pay athletes. Essentially, we go back here. What does it mean, John? And we'll go a little deeper too. But essentially, P. NACO says it means that your local NIL collective can still get dollars to top athletes. Revenue share will have a salary cap. Wink, wink, not really. But nothing is slowing down a school from building a $35 million roster. So, John, there's a $22 million salary cap, John. But you could build a $35 million roster, John.
Boom.
And just so you know, it could be $50 million. Okay? He's just throwing 35 because that's kind of been the word of where these rosters are right now. And then he goes on to say deals are still going to have to go through NIL Go, but nothing is going to slow down a collector from sending a ton of 5K deals. So you may be sending a fucking 100 5K deals, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like that's so essentially, like, a lot of people were worried, like, when the new House bill was passed, that potentially there was going to be a limit on what collectives could give players who are D1 athletes, because we're aware of the gray area. And the gray area is if a kid is in high school, then the clearinghouse does not have authority, which is why you are seeing teams filling up these classes. By the way, that you're seeing USC at 30, Georgia at 30, a lot of these schools in the mid to high 20s. And the reason being is because you can buy these players. There's two reasons. One, you can buy these players and they don't have to go through clearinghouse until they become college athletes. Two, well, they go through clearinghouse, but they're not the cap is not enforced until they are a D1 athlete, which is a different. So from my understanding, what happens is the schools will give them a portion of the salary cap, let's say $100,000, and then the remainder of their NIL deal goes from the collective. Okay, if they're a high school athlete, from my understanding, how it's been told to me. And then the other angle is that shit, what was I gonna say? The other angle is that essentially just players are no longer limited. The other angle is that current D1 athletes, this is where the concern was with the transfer portal. Are you able to, what does that look like? Are you able to get players to enter the transfer portal like you've been doing? Long story short, those were concerns, John. But those were concerns for a few weeks. It's only took 1 month, John, before lawsuits and collectives got to the NCAA. And now we are no longer doing what is known as a salary cap. We are doing a facade soft cap.
Yeah.
And if you watched our show just 1 week ago, we told you.
Yep.
Michigan wants free market. Free market is good for Michigan. We don't want any restrictions. If Michigan does not have restrictions, then Michigan is a top 5 NIL spender. There has been money promised to Michigan for the foreseeable future yearly. And we're talking large amounts of money in terms of NIL specifically. So we want Michigan. We don't want college football to get regulated. As Michigan fans, we do not want a college football commissioner, a collective. Now, that's going to sound bad. Collective bargaining agreement, which would then make the players employees. So I'm not going to go too down that road because that's the only way this would end. It would get far more stricter if that happens, because then you would have competitive fairness and all that stuff, just like the NFL. There would be some type of salary cap. I do think there would be, because then you would get a players union. Let's not go down that road. But the point is, this is good. This is very good for Michigan, John. This essentially gives Michigan a green light to do whatever the F it wants. Now, this goes two ways, because I know there's some Buckeyes. Who have recently, they have felt that their AD was working under the cap, which I don't think that's true, by the way, but they think it is. I would love to hear the argument why they think that is, because I don't fully grasp why they think their AD was playing under the $22 million cap, because I'm telling you, your roster is far more than $22 million. But anyways, but this now allows the Oregons, the Miamis, the Texases, the Texas Techs, everybody else to also play this game. But guys, at the end of the day, Michigan is a top 5 power, possibly top 3, because the reality is this too. Here's something to really think about. Michigan has not been playing like this for even a year yet.
Yep.
We did not start playing ball like this aggressively until September. So we're only 10 months into being the big dog on the block with the bankroll. So I'm very excited and interested to see, and look at all the talent we've gotten from football to basketball, right? So to me, this is very good news, John. I'm excited. I'm happy about this. This is good for the foreseeable future. What's your thoughts on it?
Well, we know that the Michigan administration is a bunch of goody two shoes that where they're scared of even going one step out of line. And so this is great because they're like, when there are regulations, Michigan will do whatever it takes to try to adhere to those regulations. This is really good for Michigan specifically because now there's complete and total cover to do whatever Michigan needs to do to if they have a recruit, let's say Savion Hyder, #1 on the big board, there's nothing stopping them from offering what they need to offer him to get it done.
Right.
So that's very positive. There were always going to be lawsuits as a result of any type of attempt, and I mean any type of attempt to stop the free market from finally happening for these players. So they have every incentive in the world, or they did have every incentive in the world to sue, because they finally get a piece of the pie for the first time these last few years. And I think it's well deserved. Like, I don't think it's fair that administration and everybody's making millions of dollars and then the players had to buy mac and cheese. Now players can have a nice, comfortable living for not just themselves, but for their family, thanks to this.
Bro, it is so good for the players and their families. Like, think about how much money is now going back to the American. Like, that's how I look at it, right? Like, it is, dude, there are so many kids there are kids getting 20,000. I know this may sound like crazy to some people, but in reality, this is really good. This is good for society. And let me explain why. Now, don't be wrong, though. Like anything, there's a double-edged sword. There's good and there's bad. But the reality is the fact that there's this money that is really owed to these players who are really earning the money to these institutions and these networks and all of that, right? The money's being made off of their backs. But now you have this money going to these kids who can then help their families, bro. And this could be any demographic. This is not just inner city. This is the rural country as well. This is fantastic for, in my opinion, society in general to have more money. I do not believe in trickle down economics, John. Now, I believe a strong middle class is, now we're going into a bit of, I know we're going out, but I believe a strong middle class is good for society, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So point being is, this is a net positive. Now, what is the risk? Now, of course, there's risk. They're young. There's a lot of development. And kids make crazy choices. I mean, so at the end of the day, we just hope, obviously, there's good mentorship and values being taught, and all goes well. But we also know, there's going to be margin of error like anything. But at the end of the day, this, in my opinion, this is a net positive for not only college football, but also just society as a whole. I do think so. Now, I know there's people who are frustrated because they're working 9 to 5s, they're grinding. We got firefighters and police officers, and they're not getting $20,000 a month just to be committed to a school. I completely understand that. But to me, it's something that I think is a net positive overall.
I agree. And not everybody, but some of the players that are in rough socioeconomic situations now have the ability to gain, in some cases, generational wealth. And I think it's great. Yes. Because a player like Jeremiah Smith can command multiple millions of dollars if he's good. And the same will go for a Jordan Marshall and obviously Bryce Underwood and some of these players. And the NIL just increases the second year. So if you're excellent on the field, you don't have to wait for the NFL now to get paid. And the NFL is never guaranteed. I mean, we've seen very painful examples in Michigan history of players that would have gone to the NFL fairly highly and then got injured. And so this is it, to get money earlier, secure the bag. I think it's a good thing, net positive.
Agreement.
All right.
So good news for Michigan, John. At the end of the day, in short, good news for
Yes.
Michigan. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Good news for Michigan, and that goes right into your favorite segment, the recruiting roundup here at the Voice of College Football. And so Savion Hyder, still our first topic of conversation. And what have we been hearing on that? How's the Michigan, Tennessee, and others? I know those two are kind of in the lead, but
yeah, man. So look, we are still on the commitment date watch. The commitment date coming soon. 2 weeks later. Still, we don't know the commitment date. So it hasn't been soon, John. But here's where we are: the crown jewel of the class, the number one running back in the nation, John. Big dog, Savion Hyder. It's Michigan, it's Tennessee. NIL matters, but it just appears, even today, another week from last week's update, that Michigan is the apparent leader. Now, there's no commitment date, but the word is he would like to commit before his season begins at the end of August. So I'm thinking within the next 3 to 4 weeks, John, we should have an answer. We should have an answer about where Savion Hyder is going to be playing football. And obviously we hope it's Maize and Blue. It looks like, Michigan's in a good position, but at the end of the day, until we get a commitment date, we're just gonna have to wait and see how this goes. I mean, especially with the thing we just talked about, NIL not being capped by any means. Who knows? Maybe Tennessee wakes up tomorrow and says, you know what, I'm buying a running back. But until then, we're going to have to find out. But right now, it looks like Michigan's in a good position. We are just waiting for him to announce the actual commitment date. Looking forward to that. Next player we're going to talk about is Deuce Geralds. And the reason why is Deuce Geralds, John, is going to be making an he's going to be announcing his commitment August 2nd, along with 2 other players who are on this list, which we're going to talk about.
Wow.
There are 2 players that we're going to be talking about where it is a Michigan-Oregon battle. This is one of them. But it does appear that Oregon has the lead here. Now, I will say Deuce Geralds is more of a luxury than it is a priority for Michigan in this class. So I am truthfully not mad that they're not, that this is one that Oregon will likely win. It looks like Oregon's going to win this recruitment, but August 2nd, he's going to make his announcement. If anything changes, obviously, we'll update it by next week. But as it stands, Deuce Geralds is trending Oregon. But it's okay because our defensive line class is nasty. It's pretty effing good, dude. So I'm not too upset there. Next player we're going to talk about is kind of my biggest want outside of Savion. Well, that's not true because Devon Benjamin. Okay, I lied. But I really want DK Forkba. DK Forkba is my 3rd biggest want right now. This kid, and we're going to play his huddle tape for you guys so you can kind of see his speed, his closing speed, his reaction time. He has got a big thump ability. He's a nice player who would fit very well. What is interesting about DK Forkba? A lot of things. Well, there's a few things. One, he was going to commit a week ago. Did not. Why? Michigan.
Kept it going.
He is going to likely visit Michigan in the fall. He is represented by the same agent. Moose is going to love this. Nathan Owasu Boateng, who just so happened, John, to take his recruitment into the fall, to visit Michigan in the fall, and became a Michigan Wolverine. I'm seeing it's almost like deja vu here, John. I think Michigan's gonna make a move with him when he makes the visit. I really like DK Forkba. I do prefer him over Anthony Davis, who we're going to talk about next. But because I just think this kid plays with, I think he plays with a fire and intensity.
Yeah, the intensity and enthusiasm unknown to mankind, as some would say.
I just think he really fits our identity. I think DK Forkba fits Michigan football and would really do well in our defense. I really do. Now, I will say I do think he's limited in pass coverage, so he may be a 2-down linebacker at the next level. But if you're going to send him on the edge, if he has the ability to come off the edge in a Sam role, maybe he could be a 3-down backer. But we'll see. the kid has a lot. I just really like him. I'm just a big fan. So next player we're gonna talk about.
DQ Forkba can do it all.
Yeah, let's go, bro. What did I say? Did I not say DQ? My homies here is like, bro, it's DQ. Was I not saying DQ?
DK, like Metcalf.
I'm not saying DK. It's all the same. It's all the same. Hey,
same thing.
They're all in the alphabet. It's the same shit. Anyways, so we got Anthony Davis. Next player we're going to talk about, Anthony Davis is going to be committing August 2nd. Now, he's a good player too. Like, so this is not to belittle Anthony Davis by me saying DQ Forkba is the player that I prefer, but I think Anthony Davis is a nice player. He's committing August 2nd, just like Deuce Gerald's. Okay. He's a nice player. This would be a good addition. This is not a player you get in the class and you're like, all right, well, if it fills a position, it's a body. No. I think this kid has some good upside. I think he's a nice player. If we get Anthony Davis, I'm happy with that. I'm just a bit of a preference of Forkba. But at the end of the day, we're going to find out August 2nd. Michigan is right there. I do not have a feel or a read if Michigan leads. The only thing we know is that Michigan is in it, and it's a close recruitment. So we're going to see. I do appreciate his closing ability. This kid does have closing ability. I mean, that's legit. But at the end, everyone's like coming at me now. DQ, I got it. All right, I got it. Dairy Queen, we got it. All right, but Anthony Davis, in my opinion, would be a nice addition to the class. Let's see how the cards fall here. We should hopefully hear some more buzz in the next week or two. But this is a kid, again, Brian Jean-Marie is recruiting very hard, and we're going to see if he has the ability to close here. As we all know, we missed out on Nick Abrams. He went the highest bidder. Let's see if Michigan can nab its next linebacker August 2nd.
Can't wait.
The next player who I would put in the same bucket as Savion Hyder, and that is Devon Benjamin. Big time player. Jabril Peppers light, number one cornerback in the nation per on 3. This is another House of Knights, House of Ellison battle, the Game of Thrones here. They are going to war right now in terms of recruiting. It's fun to watch. But it does appear that Oregon has the slight lead right now. I was asked yesterday, what is my take on it? I would say it's 55-45 Oregon. And this is another August 2nd recruitment, John. So we could either be popping bottles August 2nd, or we might be breaking windows. I don't know yet.
Could go either way.
We might be punching holes in doors. I'm not sure. We're either popping bottles or punching holes in doors. But August 2nd is going to be a big day for us, man. We're going to find out if Michigan can land 2 of these 3 players committing August 2nd, because I would say 2 or 3 of them are realistic versus Gerald's. I don't think Gerald's is realistic at all. But if Michigan is able to pull off Devon Benjamin, boys, this is, in my opinion, in the same bucket. I'm telling you, Savion Hyder, Carter Meadows, big time get. This would be a big time get.
Yeah, it would be. It would be beating Oregon for this player when they're leading right now is that would be very notable.
Absolutely. And then the last player we're going to talk about is JJ Dunnigan. So it appears to me that if we swing and miss on Devon Benjamin, I think JJ Dunnigan is going to become a more aggressive target for Michigan. I think Michigan's going to be more aggressive here. It appears that they've kept the coals hot. They've been in contact. He's currently committed to Kansas. So not the most prominent football school. Let me look up something real quick. But I mean, at the end of the day, very good player. His huddle tape's very nice. I mean, he committed to Kansas in January, dude. I was just looking to figure out when he committed. I mean, Kansas, Michigan, it should be an easy, in my opinion, this should be an easy sell. Now, is it possible because he's from Kansas, he wants to be close to home? Sure. But isn't Sharon Moore from a certain state, John?
He is.
What state's he from, John?
Well, I know he went to Oklahoma, but he was born in Kansas.
Born in Kansas. I'm just saying. I think there's something there, We'll see, though. We'll see if the Devon Benjamin thing does not go Michigan's way, which hopefully it does. Let's see if Michigan diverts its attention to J.J. Dunnigan. I think it's possible. It does appear they're still in contact with him. And the only way J.J. Dunnigan would get in this class is if Devon Benjamin doesn't get in this class. I do not foresee them getting both these kids. They're both very good players. Obviously, Benjamin's a little bit higher of a tier, but we'll see where it goes, man. But that's kind of where we are in recruiting. The class is very full. We are at 21. Shoot, let me see. How many commits do we have right now, John? We have, I think, 21 commits right now in the class. I'm looking right now. Son of a bitch. Let's go 2 4
21.
Yeah, 21 commits. There's only room for about 4 to 6 more, maybe. So the class is getting small here. There's not a lot on the updates. It's crazy to say, John. We're gonna have to start looking at 27 in August.
Yeah.
Typically you start looking at 27s in December or January.
Well, we did have the news about Lou Esposito Jr. Louis Esposito Jr. 2027.
Yeah, forgive us. We got a 2027. I mean, first committed to the 27 class. Good luck to him. Welcome to the family, Esposito, and I'm glad that he can play where his dad coaches. I love that, so I'm all for it.
For sure. Okay. With that said, we do have one final topic tonight. So Big Ten Media Days is happening this week. Michigan will go Thursday at 3:45 p.m. Eastern. So our very own Minnie Hunt is there representing the voice of college football. So definitely follow her coverage. And then that night, Michigan Wolverines call-in show live. I'm sure you guys will give, any initial thoughts you got from Sharon Moore's Big Ten Media Days appearance. But third base Ryan Day was at Big Ten Media Days and mentioned a few things, including the fact that the Julian Sayin Lincoln Kienholz QB competition is still neck and neck. Now, I understand the importance of coach speak, and I understand that sometimes you don't want to crown a starter too early because you don't, especially since the first game of the year is Texas, you don't want Texas to know definitively who they're going to face. It gives you a little bit of that uncertainty that Texas is going to have to prep for Julian Sayin or Lincoln Kienholz, but you have to start to worry a little if you're a Buckeye that he's not saying something like, hey, Julian Sayin's leading, but Lincoln's pushing, That's what I would expect more so, like, hey, that, Lincoln's pushing or something like that just to make him happy. But like neck and neck is a big statement.
Yeah, I think my microphone just messed up, John, but yeah, neck and neck is an interesting statement. Let me see. Is my microphone sound off, John?
It sounds.
All right. It just said it switched my webcam, but
sounds fine.
Anyways, yeah, I mean it's interesting to hear what because here's what's interesting about it, John. The Ohio State Buckeyes, they get these quarterback commits and they think they got the next guy, right? Well, Buckeyes, looks like you're in a quarterback competition this offseason, and we're going to be getting all the leaks and tweets coming out of Buckeye camp, and maybe, just maybe, there's a chink in the armor at Ohio State. Maybe they don't have, dare I say, a quarterback even as good as Kyle McCord.
Uh-oh.
People are talking. I'm just kidding. I just made that up. But I'm maybe, I mean, wasn't it, who was the player? Was it Bobby Carpenter who said he was at camp? He saw the quarterbacks play, and there was days where he felt they had a really good guy, and there was days he questioned who was even in the room. Something along those lines. I paraphrase the shit out of it. But at the end of the day, John, is it possible Ohio State has a quarterback problem?
Uh-oh.
Sucks to suck, bitch. We don't. I like having 5-star QBs, generational talents in my quarterback room. How about you, John?
I think it's fucking fantastic is what I think. We know who our quarterback is now. Although they, Sharon Moore and Kirk and Chip Lindsey are still saying, hey, competition, but it's a little bit of a different vibe than this because going up against Jaden Davis, versus what this situation looks like. It seems to be very questionable. So
yeah, I mean, look, at the end
such
of the day,
a shame. It's such a shame.
Yeah, you hate to see it. At the end of the day, let's see how it goes. I mean, look, Ryan Day, I'll give him credit. Offenses are typically really good. Quarterback development has been good. But is it possible he just doesn't have the talent in the room? To be determined. We don't know. I mean, I don't know. But I do think it's interesting that there's been these little things that have over the offseason from, I think it was Bobby Carpenter. I could be wrong. And I'm sure Garrison will check my ass. But I believe he said there was days he was there and he really questioned what was in the quarterback room. And then now you have this where, no quarterback really seems to be taking the torch. Now, granted, look, fall camp hasn't happened. This is when quarterbacks do take the torch. So, we'll be keeping our eyes close to the week-to-week battle and see if there's any change here. But I'll say this, if they are unaware of who their quarterback is by game 1, that's what we need to look. If they do not have it decided by game 1, or if they do a quarterback by committee, that'll be interesting to watch. That'll be very interesting to watch.
Yeah. So just in case people want to know, so tomorrow, I had this up. So tomorrow we have Minnesota, Northwestern, Wisconsin, Oregon, Washington, Penn State. Penn State being the final. James Franklin going last, and then Thursday it's Iowa, Purdue, UCLA, Michigan State, USC, and finally Sharon Moore for Michigan, the last to go, and it's only fitting. The 2023 national champions.
Yeah. Well, obviously, listen, you want people to stay so you have the best for last. Obviously, I mean, Michigan. Listen. It's not a coincidence Dave Portnoy was just added to Fox big noon kickoff. It's not a coincidence Sharon Moore is going last.
Mm-hmm.
It's because Michigan is that team, bro. Like, let's just people say, oh, that's cocky, that's arrogant. Well, truth is truth, brother. Like, we're not trying, I say this all the time. Yes, it is the Big Ten, and yes, there are 18 teams, but the reality is there's a Big Five. And Michigan's at the top of that food chain. Like, I give my respects to Ohio State. They're a power. Give my respects to Oregon. They're a power. USC, they're a power, although they're going through it.
Mm-hmm.
Penn State's a bit of a power. They're not as great as us, though. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine, bro, and I would expect nothing less.
It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great. So with that said, Michigan goes last Thursday, 3:45. Keep it tuned to Minnie Hunt and Voice of College Football live coverage at the Big Ten Media Days. She was just on Mark Rogers earlier today.
Last year, how about this? Last year, we had the chat ask us to give Sharon Moore a question. And he answered our question. Because we had JR from JR Rankings went for the Voice of College Football last year. So maybe we could get a question from the chat, and we can get it to Minnie Hunt and see if she'll ask Sharon Moore a question. So chat.
Yes.
The best question wins. Don't be upset if we don't take your question, by the way. What question should we ask Sharon Moore at the Voice of College Football? Because we do have a media representative there. Let us know.
All right. Well, we'll take all we'll look at all the questions and pick the best one, or the one that we think. The thing is, like, you also have to be careful and see, like, if there are a bunch of other questions that were asked that are similar topic. You gotta be able to adapt on the fly, with these things. So let's see what happens. But yes, let us know what question you would like to ask Sharon Moore. And maybe it's this one. Who's got it better than us?
Nobody. By the way, speaking of legends, did you see that Jim Harbaugh photo?
John? Which one?
Well, you have. If you saw it, you would know. You don't got to ask for one. Have you not seen this photo of Jim Harbaugh? Oh my God, I got to find it. I love this photo. This is so fucking Harbaugh, dude. Like, I fucking love. Let me pull this up for you. I'm using one hand because my microphone's jacked up right now. But Look at this photo. I'm gonna pull this thing up. All right, actually, I'll show you the video. There's a photo though, but it came from a video.
Oh, is this from the parade? The who's got it better than us? No, and then he says he says nobody.
No, all right, fuck it. All right, fuck it. All right, hold on. I'll just play the video. I'll play the video now.
Okay.
Now I'll play the. All right, here it is. Right here. Look at Coach Harbaugh, bro.
Oh.
What a fucking legend, dude. Like, you know what's so funny to me? You know what's so funny to me? Is rivals want that to be like a knock. The reality is this dude is obsessed with fucking football. He loves this shit. Like, people, it amazes me, like, the people who are like obsessed with their craft, they have quirks, man. Like they're different. You know, and like that's what I don't think, like, people don't appreciate that. That's what I love about Jim Harbaugh. He's so unique. That is a dude who fucking loves. He eats and breathes this stuff, dude. So I think it's legendary. I love it. Shout out to Jim Harbaugh. Miss you. I miss Jim Harbaugh, man. And then like people want to knock it. Look at this. Down here. This is not. No, that's fucking normal if you know Jim, bro.
Yeah, that's
that's Jim Harbaugh, baby.
Par for the course.
I love it. I love it.
So I've started a couple questions. What are your thoughts on Babalola and Haywood? That sounds like a question I'd like to know the answer to. What's more important, offensive line or defensive line? From a philosophical, I mean, he is an O-line coach, so I think
he would just default the trenches. The trenches are so important.
Trenches are important. Yeah. As an O-line coach, how do you go about developing an integrated freshman? So basically, these are all questions about Babalola and Haywood. So I think we should probably ask we should put in a question about Babalola and Haywood and how they're progressing, because that seems to be kind of the common theme of these questions. And then if I keep hearing iffy things about Evan Link. So something about Babalola, left tackle.
Hold on.
What?
So me and Michigander have gone to war this offseason.
Yeah.
And he goes, I keep hearing iffy things about Evan Link. Because he keeps coming at me because I've been saying since like February, my concern is left tackle and wide receiver. And he's like, why are you so concerned? And Michigander's always like, why are you so concerned? It'll work out. They'll figure it out. And he probably still holds that position. Like, it'll work. But my point is because of Evan Link, bro. He goes, I'm hearing iffy things. Well, yes, he's inconsistent. He's been inconsistent. He was inconsistent last year.
Yeah.
He was inconsistent in fall camp last year. He was inconsistent in spring camp this year. That's the problem. Also,
that's a real battle between Evan Link, Frazier, and Babalola.
That's right. And the other thing is too, you know, he doesn't quite have the speed, it appears, on the outside. He's a guard, in my opinion. He's outside. In my opinion, he's outside of his position. So that's the concern, brother. I know you hear me. I know you probably feel like, well, it'll work out, but I'm just saying it's still a concern, my guy. Still love you though. Go Blue.
Blue Wolverine in the house. Velociraptor looking coach. Shout out. Just saw the new Jurassic Park. Here's Jimmy.
Did you?
I did.
All right.
I did.
Honest question. Was it good? I've heard mixed reviews, bro. I've heard some people like fucking hated it, and other people are like, no, it was actually good. So I'm really like interested.
I thought it was fine. It's tough. It's tough because we saw Superman immediately after that. Courtney and I both love Superman.
So word is about Jurassic Park is they acted like some of the movies didn't happen, right? It was like a playoff of like the first.
Yeah,
three.
They're kind of retconning some stuff, and what was surprising to, I mean, I don't want to spoil too much, but you know, it's just they took it in a different direction than I was expecting, but you know, not bad. I mean, I mean, I'd go like if you got nothing to do on a Saturday, or a Sunday, you want to go see a fun little dinosaur movie. You could do worse.
You could do worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. Noted. That's a ringing endorsement, but
Superman was
check it out. Superman was the shit though. I really enjoyed Superman.
You could do drugs.
You could do drugs. You could. Here's Jimmy. Fun fact, the Ted Lasso character was inspired by Jack and Jim. Yep.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I know, I believe Ted Lasso actually like called Jim or something.
Texted. Yeah. He texted Jim and was like, "Hey, I'm doing this thing for Apple. This Ted Lasso thing for Apple. I could use your advice or thoughts or whatever." It's very clearly inspired by him. Drufus, how does the secondary look? So I guess this is a question Drufus wants us to put in the pool here.
Was asking me, I was like, well, camp hasn't happened yet, but yeah, actually. So I mean, the truth is too, though, the boys haven't played a lot, right? So I mean, there's only so much he'll be able to give us. But I mean, we could say how secondary looks in summer ball and spring ball. You know, I'm so ready for camp, dude. I am so ready for fucking. You know how they do those like 60, 45-second hype videos like daily? I'm ready for those. I'm ready to like watch those and then overanalyze every single clip. I'm ready.
Let's make it happen.
Price is throwing Andrew Marsh. He must be starting.
Drufus, land before time while on drugs. Is that a recommendation of what we should be?
Sounds like you have experience here, Drufus. Let us know.
Yeah.
Call in Thursday.
That's a great segue, TJ, because that'll be our next show. Michigan Wolverines call-in show live will be coming up Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Shout out to Land Before Time, by the way, OG movie. Yeah, Michigan Wolverines live, 8 p.m. Thursday call-in show. Let's go. Let's talk some damn ball. Let's do the damn thing, myself and Johnny Olden. And just, you know, let's do the damn thing, bro, at the end of the day. So looking forward to it, and, you know, can't wait.
Can't wait to check it out.
Nick has a good question. The question is, which drug? Tylenol for me. Just I was gonna say so. I'll lay low though. But one time watching Avatar.
I bet there's a story there. All right, folks. Check us out on X, obviously, at John Diadamo, at TJ_Ronin, and we do have a Blue Wolverine super chat.
Oh, that's a great question.
That's a really good question. What is the inspiration behind the Big Eyes tweets? I want to know that.
Dude, all right, I'm texting Mark right now.
Yeah, I want to know that. Because someone else is probably going to ask about the Babalola one. I don't think anyone else is going to ask about this one. I guarantee you someone's going to ask about Babalola. Because, you know, it's kind of a big news story like that a freshman is contending for left tackle. So I think that one's going to be easily covered. Yeah, I agree. GT and Keegan love it. That's it. I think that's the one.
I'm going to take a picture of it. Okay. Good deal. We'll see if we can get it to him, boys.
Cool. All right, y'all. Thank you for that that last second one that wound up being the winner there, Blue Wolverine. You rock, man. We appreciate you always coming by.
Game winner.
And appreciate everybody coming by. Whatever you did, even if you just watch. I know some people just watch the video and they don't even go into chat, but they just watch the video. We love you. Anybody who's in chat, we love you. Anybody who's hitting the like button, subscribing, super chat, membership, all of it. Thank you. No matter what you do, thank you for being here.
Even if you're hate watching, I love you. I appreciate you. Yeah, I saw that. Champion Circle made a shirt with it. I saw that. It was pretty cool. I like that because it's NIL. That's what I mean. That's why they need to do the hammers. We need to get them to make inflatable hammers, bro. I'm telling you.
That would really be very lucrative, I think.
Hilarious, dude.
And hilarious, and would make some money, I think, too.
Yes. It'd sell out. I'd buy I literally would buy a bunch of them.
I would too. All right, y'all. Until the next time, we'll see you next week. We're going to end with, as always, a note from Mark Rogers, voice of college football, about the Amazon link. And we're going to see you soon. Until next time, go Blue.
Go Blue.
See you around.
You can make a difference here at the Voice of College Football. Use the Amazon link. Financially contribute to the Voice of College Football without spending a penny. Same shopping experience. It's easy. Go to any video on any channel. Go to the description section and grab the link right next to the capital letters that say Amazon. Use that link, and Amazon will instantaneously convert to your account, settings, history, everything intact, just like whatever link you use right now. No difference. Pay no attention to the product that you see right there. Just go search what you want. Don't forget the Amazon link. Thank you for your support. Sincerely, the voice of college football.